welcome. Hi, nice to see you all. Welcome along to That's Good for Footy. My name's Damien. It's great to have you. Mulgrave Country Club. Collingwood night, yeah! Woo. As I said, welcome along to the only family-friendly and interactive footy panel show. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. The shows are for the passionate supporters, the show which allows you to see the players be themselves. I'm ready, let's go. What do you reckon? Yep? All right. Here we go. Please welcome to our Collingwood show tonight, our first panellist. He was born on the 20th of September in 1996. He's played a total of 161 games. He's kicked 17 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2015. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he wears the number 37 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Braden Maynard.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together.
All right, brilliant. How fresh does this boy look? I'm going to tell you a little story. The boy's just flown in from Phuket. He got in at midday today to come and do this show tonight. How good does he look?
I got a private jet.
He got a private jet.
I got flown here just then on a private jet.
How nice is that? Huh? No mucking around at Collingwood. Did Eddie look after that?
No, myself, mate. I got bigger pull than him.
Yeah, right, good. All right, let's get our second panellist out here. I know you all want to meet him. He must be excited. I'm stoked that he's come across. We're having a chat out the back. He looks better in these colours than he used to look in anything else. That's what I think too. Please welcome to the show our second panellist. He was born on the 31st of May 1993. He has played a total of 171 games and he's kicked a total of 76 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2013. When he plays for the Collingwood Football Club, he wears the number... I do. There you go, he's got it. 6. Please welcome to the stage, Tom Mitchell.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold.
I love it. Seeing him walk out to that, I've done a few shows in the past with Tom. He was been in different colours, but he looks bloody good in these ones, I'm sure you'll agree. Got a nice wry smile on his face too. It's wonderful to have you back. Good to see you. How have you boys been like over the last, let's just go the last 3 to 4 weeks? You've finished the season, you've had a little bit of time off, you're back on the track and everything now. I know you've just been away, but what's it been like the last 3 or 4 weeks? Getting accustomed to, Melbourne life and... Well, we've had pretty average weather, which is probably the reason you got out of Dodge. But what's it been like the last couple of weeks for you?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. So we're actually not required back to the club until Monday.
Okay.
But all the boys have already been getting together in training. Bruzzy's taken me under his wing. So myself, Bruzzy and Tay Adams have been doing some cross training at a gym called Pulse 8 in Murrumbina. Shout out to them.
Oh, nice little plug. I like that.
And so we've been training pretty hard still. And Bruzzy's got a bit of colour. He's just been in Thailand. I was fortunate enough to go to Europe and America, so I feel pretty well travelled, but ready to get into the hard work now.
Good. I'll go through a little bit of that with you as the show goes on. Tell us a little bit about your holiday. Nothing personal. I don't want to get into that, but how long were you away for?
I was away for about 2 weeks. It was just bulk relaxing and a bit of a recharge of the batteries, and
nice.
It was really nice to get away with the partner and just get a lot of sunshine because we probably didn't have that much in Melbourne. But it's the first time I've been able to get away because obviously got shoulder surgery at the start of off season. So I was stuck on the couch for about a good 10 days and restricted to do very
nice. Very nice, I like it. Hey, let's find out a little bit about the boys. We're going to do it in our first segment. You two actually need to pay attention to what's going to happen in this first segment because there's going to be a little thing that happens later on that's going to refer to these questions. So just to give you a heads up, let's do it in our first segment. It's called Who Are You? All right. Up and about. So what I'm going to do here, boys, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. They're not directed at anyone in particular. They're just directed at both of you, and then you can both go through it. How did you choose the team that you barracked for when you were growing up? How did you choose that team?
I was pretty much wherever my old man worked because he did some running for Carlton he worked at Melbourne. He did some stuff at Adelaide and Port. So when I was young, I actually barracked for multiple clubs. But I probably settled on Carlton because he did most of his running then. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, all right. We know how this works now. We don't go anywhere where you don't want to talk about it. What about you, Tom? How did you first come around? Was it the influence of Dad or like...
I'm probably similar to Braden, and that's actually the first player I've heard that's had a similar sort of footy journey. So my dad worked at Carlton, Hawthorn and Freo, so I sort of jumped around a little bit as well. Yeah. And in the end, just sort of followed players, but if I had to pick a team, it would have been Carlton as well.
Wow, all right. How interesting. Can't wait for that game this year. That's going to be a perler. In light of the draft the other night, what age were you when you first thought to yourself, do you know what, I'm really going to play AFL football? When did that dream start to become realisation?
Probably when I was, back end of when I was 18, tack up. I mean, I always played a lot of basketball, and basketball was probably number one. And then I sort of realised that I wasn't probably going to make it anywhere in basketball, and it was a lot harder to make it in basketball. Not saying footy's easy to make it, but yeah, I just thought I enjoyed it a lot more than basketball, and I liked the physical side of it a lot more. So I went down that path.
What age was that?
That was 18.
18.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, right,
so
okay.
A bit of, late one.
Yeah, cool. And what about you, Tom?
Yeah, my situation was quite unique. So having a dad that played footy, I was eligible to go father-son. So I actually signed my contract when I was 16. So because I could nominate for father-son early. Yeah. And so, I still remember when I went up to the Swans, I went up and did a pre-season 2 years early, and I moved in with Adam Goods for a few weeks. So that was pretty eye-opening. Not a bad way to kick off your footy career. But yes, I was very different to anyone else. And had the fortune of not having the stress of the draft and things like that. So I was very lucky.
Good. Going back to your first season, right? I just want to talk about first season stuff because we're talking about the draft. What were you like before game day? What was your nerves like? Would you be able to sleep? Would you be really anxious and nervous the night before a game? This is going right back. It probably changed for you now, but what was it like back then?
It actually still hasn't really changed that much. I do struggle to sleep a little bit night before the game. I get a little bit anxious and nervous, but it's all good. I mean, when I was young and in my first year or two, 2015, 2016, it was pretty crazy and surreal. Like I'd lay in bed and I'd stare at the ceiling and just think I'm about to play on the MCG tomorrow or whatever that may look like. But it was quite enjoyable at the same time and very exciting.
Yeah, cool. Tom, what were you like, mate?
I'm just trying to remember. It's a long time ago now. I'm getting old. I was pretty. I wouldn't say I was a great sleeper. Pretty similar again. I was used to get quite anxious before games. I've settled a lot since then, and I used to have like a structured routine. For example, a night game. Like I had like a structured routine, like hour to hour, from say 8 a.m. to the whole day, and it just wore me down. So now I'm much more relaxed and sort of. I have a routine once I get to the ground, but in terms of the rest of the day. You learn to relax a little bit more, otherwise you're just going to do your head in a bit. It's
been exciting watching all the draftees that are coming through, the class of 2022, and watching them. You see all the videos, whether they're on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and they just get their name gets called out across the screen, and you're thinking how nervous they must be, and that's why I wanted to ask that question, is pertaining to how you guys felt when it happened to you. Sometimes we all feel a little bit flat. What do you do to find inspiration or motivation? What do you draw on? If you're ever feeling that way.
Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, you take it.
So being a part of footy, and I know the Pies have been big on this as well, but being a part of footy, you're very lucky to be a part of like certain programs and education and things like that. And I've seen what the club at Collingwood have done recently with, bringing in, kids that may have been dealt a really tough hand. And I think those sorts of things give you real perspective and gratitude. And so when you can see that, and you might feel anxious or a bit of pressure and things like that, I think having perspective of realising how hard others are going through and how grateful we are to do what we do, I think that helps when you're a bit flat. You flip that narrative and it changes pretty quick.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, well said. Exactly what I was after. You want to say the same?
Yeah, spot on. Similar.
Yeah. Absolutely perfect. All right. I need to ask this question to both of you. I'm going to ask you, Tom, first about Braden. If Braden was on a dating site, what would his profile say about him?
His profile would say, well, first of all, the profile picture would be a rig-out shot with his mohawk. What it would say was, it'd say something about being how shredded he is. He sent a rig shot from Thailand the other day. He's in good nick though, so I will give him that.
Good. And now you have your chance to have a retort. You are looking at Tom's profile. What would that say about him?
God. Yeah, something to do with his receding hairline, maybe. That's a bit of an inside joke. I'll take that. No, I don't know. I honestly can't think on the spot with something smart like that. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all
Next
right.
question.
Yeah, it's okay. From any period in your life, what's been your favourite footy memory? And basically, whether it's been playing or watching, it doesn't matter. But what's been your favourite? What just comes to mind when I ask that question? Favourite footy memory?
Obviously, your first game. I mean, the whole week leading into a grand final was amazing. Obviously, we didn't get it done on the day, but the whole week leading into the grand finals, a pretty special memory. And also when we beat Richmond in the 2018 prelim, that's probably number one.
It's right up there. Always puts a smile on Collingwood people's faces when I hear that one. Tom, what about you? You've probably got a few, but what's one that really stands out for you?
It's hard to go past a grand final. So I played in 2016 for the Swans, and although we lost, some of the memories I have from that day was unbelievable. I remember late in the last quarter when the game was sort of on the edge and the stadium was like shaking. So I'm sure that's probably what happens at Collingwood games when you guys are going crazy.
Every week.
Looking forward to that again.
I love it every week.
Pre-season games.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, well, I rest my case. There you go. Hey, when footy season is over, you've just experienced this. Does it take you a little while to adjust back to normal, and I don't want to call it civilian life, but just non-football life? Does it take you a little while to get back to that? We've just finished it.
What was that? Sorry.
When the season is finished, does it take you a little while just to get back to normal life? Not football orientated. You don't have to think about footy.
It's a bit weird. Like personally, I'm someone that needs routine.
Yeah.
So when the off season kicks off with about 8 to 10 weeks off, I can find myself getting really bored. That's why a lot of the boys go away and travel with their partners or with a group of boys.
Hence the reason I ask you. That's it.
A lot of period of time. So, I did get very bored because I got shoulder surgery, but I tend to go away for most of the break.
It's a funny thing, Braden, because it can be like some people like structure. It can be like a 9-to-5 job, and when you're not doing it anymore, all of a sudden, what am I doing with myself? What about you, Tom? How do you go through it?
Yeah, I'm a structure and routine man as well. I think after a long, stressful year, as it can be, it can be tough. And how deep the boys went last year, like by the end of the year, you're probably ready for a break. So you probably just have a bit of time to do nothing. Sometimes it can be tough as well to go the other way and just get yourself going again to start training, because you do fall into the routine of, going out for dinners and having a few beers and things like that. And after you put on a few kilos, you think it's probably time to get going again. So sometimes flicking that switch can be tough.
I know what you're saying. Only a couple of questions left here. Recent overseas destinations are high on the agenda at this time of the year. What's been your favourite holiday destination now or ever?
I can't go past the States. That was a lot of fun, but I mean, just getting back from Phuket, that's probably up there as well. Very nice.
Yeah, nice.
Uh,
I'd have to go with... Oh, it's tough. This off-season I was pretty lucky. It was pretty well-travelled. Greece, Mykonos is a great spot.
Lovely.
It's pretty pricey, but it's good fun.
Yeah, good. Yeah. All right, now this is just personal between you two. Tom, what would you say about Braden to describe his personality?
How deep and emotional do you want me to get?
Nothing that's going to bring a tear to my eye, but just...
No, the thing I love about Brazzy is so I've got to know him, over these last few weeks, and what you see on the field is like the ultimate competitor, like the guy that you'd love to play with, and he's the sort of guy that you want in your team. I compare him similar to like a Blake Hardwick at Hawthorn, like that guy on your team that you can just rely on, and that competitive, like spirit play within the team.
Okay.
But also off the field, just a really genuine, caring guy. Like he's been one of the guys that's gone out of his way to always say g'day and check in on me, invite me to things, bring me to training, things like that. So
Brilliant.
I think that's like a perfect balance in a teammate.
Wow, that's awesome.
Was that deep?
Man. Wow. That was lovely. Would you like to reciprocate?
Yeah, for someone to be able to come into a club and have so much care and, I mean, such an impact so early on. You just see him, like the first day he came into the club, saw him and a few boys around the club, and it's like he's known them for years. The way that he's able to communicate with others and become quite close to them on and off the field is, it's obviously a credit to him, but his relationship building has already kicked off, and it's kicked off really quickly, and you can just tell that people are looking forward to playing with him, and I can't wait to get out there with him personally because he's going to make other players stand tall.
There you go. That's why I asked those questions. Thank you, boys. Here's your last one. Young girls and boys, both they aspire to achieve what you have in your footballer career. What would your advice be to them? Young girls and boys aspire to be you as footballers. What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, my advice would be, well, it's pretty tough to make the top level, but I don't think there's any secret to anything other than to just try your hardest and give it your best shot. And sometimes you're going to fall short. Sometimes you're going to get where you want to go. But as long as you're giving it everything you've got, I think it's pretty simple. That's the way I look at things.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same. There was multiple times when I'd miss out on teams and miss out on getting selection for teams, and the only thing you can keep doing is just keep working at it, keep trying, and the results will come. So, just never give up sort of attitude.
Brilliant. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for them. Thank you. That was wonderful. Perfect. All right, Baxter and Loxton, congratulations, you're both here. Sandy, could you give them both a paddle each? They're going to keep score during this segment. I'm not going to introduce it because it's just straight off the cuff, all right, boys? You two need to pick up your microphones, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions. There's 10 questions in total, all right? Your buzzer's going to be your name, all right? So you'll just say whatever you want. You can say Titch
Tom.
or Tom. You can say Tom if you want, yeah.
What do I say?
You can say whatever you want.
Do I say Braden?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to confuse a
That
few
can
people,
work
I
and
think.
be bloody confusing at the same time. But I'm going to go with that, all right? So your buzzer is Braden and yours is Tom. All right, each time that they get a question right, boys, I'll let you know how they go. Okay, here we go. Here's your first question. I kicked winning goals to seal the victory for my team twice this year.
Braden. Jamie Elliott.
Well done, 1 point. All right. Lockie, you're off the mark, mate. Dad's going to help you flip it over. You got 1 point. Here's your second question. This is for 2 points, all right, boys? Who won the Brownlow and with how many votes?
Tom.
Tom?
I nearly forgot your name then for a second.
Told you it wouldn't be confusing at all. Yeah.
Looking
This
forward to
year's,
playing
yeah.
with the
Yes,
guys,
this
maybe,
year.
don't know.
Yeah.
Paddy Cripps, 3 votes?
3.
3 votes, wasn't it? He won by?
The Brownlow.
So what was his total?
Yeah.
His total was 32.
No. You've got 1 point though, obviously. So 1 point. You got Patrick Cripps. Did you want to have a go,
Neil by 3 points.
Tom?
Do I get points deducted if I have a go?
No.
All right. Paddy Cripps and 29.
Spot on. So you just get 1 point, Lockie. 1 point down the front.
I thought you asked how many points he won by. That's rigged.
No.
This is rigged.
Yeah, the whole thing's rigged. We're taking bets on this. All right, here comes question number 3. Who won the Rising Star this year?
Tom.
Nick
Dacos.
Dacos, correct. There you go, Baxter. Well done. Who sings the song Up There Kazali?
I don't know this stuff.
No.
I do know this.
No?
No.
No? Okay, no one. Thank you.
Mike Brady.
Points to someone out there. It was Mike Brady, but no points. One player from Collingwood kicked the first goal 3 times this year.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Tom Braden.
Tom.
Tom, yes.
Guinea.
No. Would you like to have a go?
I'll have a go. Braden. Brody Mychek.
No. It was Jack Crisp. Jack Crisp kicked the first goal 3 times this year. Amazing, isn't it? All right. Here you go, boys. Listening to this one. 4 not you two. You can listen, but anyway. 4 coaches got sacked this year. Can you name them?
Braden. I'll have a go at it.
Yes. Go.
Noble from North.
Yes, that's 1.
Ratton from St Kilda.
That's 2.
Rutten from Essendon.
I'll give you that. That's 1 point there. Brett, yeah, that's correct. Ben Rutten, that's
Rutten.
1. 2 there, and the last one?
I got help with that. I don't deserve a point for this.
No, you.
GWS, Cameron.
Oh, 2 each. You both get 2 points each. Well done. 2 points each. How many games has Pendle played up until the end of this season?
Tom. It's 383.
No.
No, I reckon he played 350 against Adelaide with round 8, I'll say, and I'll add on 14 games plus 2 finals. I'll say 366.
Oh, you were so close. I thought when you said 350 and then you went 8, it was 358. That's how many games you've played. So no points there.
I should know that.
All right. How many consecutive games has Jack Crisp played?
Braden.
Yeah.
So he played his 200th in the prelim. I'll say 200. Has he not missed?
No. Just under that.
I think it's 184 or 183 or something. I think it's around there.
That's your answer?
Yeah, 187 maybe.
Ooh. You're getting closer. No, it's 188. How many games? So, no. All right. Here we go. You've got 2 questions left. These are both for 2 points. How are we going score-wise? We've got 4 versus 4. Scores are level. All right. Come on, boys.
Tight.
Bonus point time. Who won the Anzac Day medal this year? And for a bonus point, how many goals did they kick?
Tom. Guinea, 5.
Spot on.
Hey.
2 points. Well done.
Ding, ding.
How good's that? 2 points. Here comes your last question. This is a good one, boys.
You got any Hawthorn questions?
Well, yeah, I could throw one in. Only two teenagers have ever won the Anzac Day medal, and they were both Collingwood players. The first we just mentioned. The other was, and for a bonus point, what year?
Mark McGough.
Yes.
He wore number 27.
Yes.
Not that matters, but I just know that.
No.
What year? Far out. 2003?
Oh, 2002. Oh, we have a winner. It's Baxter on his 10th birthday. There you go. Bad luck, that's not bad. He tried. He really did try. I'm going to give you that. Congratulations. Well done, my little man. Put that... We'll do that at the end. Yeah, but you've won that. Leave the paddle down the front. Good man, Lachlan. That was unbelievable. And I've got football for you, Baxter, for your 10th birthday. Congratulations. Good stuff, Baxter. Well done, boys. Thanks very much for playing along. That was good. All right, what I want to do now, I want to introduce this segment. We're going to find out a little bit. You can actually relax a little bit during this segment because I'm going to... I want the fans to get to know you a little bit better, Tom, so I'm going to go through a bit of this with you. There will be stuff where you can chime in, though. We'll introduce the segment. It's called What About Me? All right? What a lovely intro. All right. So, Tom, I just want to go into a couple of things with you. You come to the Pies as a highly credentialed AFL footballer. You've got a Brownlow medalist, 3 best and fairest and 2 All-Australian Blazers. What's the one thing that you're looking forward to the most about playing with the Collingwood Football Club, coming with those kind of credentials under your belt?
Winning premiership.
Cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful answer.
No, that's what the aim is. That's purely the reason.
Yeah.
And I think, seeing how close the boys have gone in years previous. Like, I was at the 2018 game when they got so close, and obviously this year it's like... But, they're the sorts of things that set you up when you get that close and the motivation is really there, and I think we've got a really good group to give it a crack, so hopefully that's where we end up.
Can I just ask you in relation to your journey, where you were away, you were in the States, I know you were pacing backwards and forwards, I think you were in Miami in your hotel room, waiting up until the trade period was actually over. You'd had a chat with the Fly. He'd encouraged you that if it was an opportunity to get across to Collingwood, take it. What was going through your head to take us to you in the hotel room in Miami?
Yeah, so I met with Fly before I went away, which I'm not sure if he meant to do that, but it happened. So I met with him before I went away, and obviously the Pies were still going into the finals and things like that, and I had an idea that, Fly and the club were keen to get me over, and I was keen to get there as well. So I had a pretty good idea that it was probably going to happen, but it wasn't a sure thing because certain things had to happen for that to happen. And I wasn't that nervous for the whole trade period. Probably the first 9 days, I was stress-free, as you would be in Miami. I was pretty stress-free on South Beach. And it got to the last day, and then I was getting a little bit nervous, and then it went right down to the wire. So there was about 3 minutes left when the trade went through. So couldn't be happier though. It was I was pretty happy. It was with two good mates when the trade went through, and we all jumped up, and it was a bit of carry on and after that.
How good's that? I want to ask you both, because Bruzzy, I know that you'll love when I read this out. How's this for your midfield? Pendlebury, DeGoey, Adams, Dacos, Sidebottom, Crisp, Lipinski, and now Mitchell. Talk about first use of the ball. How amazing is that? Tell me how excited that makes you feel having that.
I touched on it before. It's for Tom to come in and have such a big impact, and I think he's mentioned it in a few little media sessions he's done. He'll bring out Geordie's best talent. He'll bring out all those other boys to play their best. And even though those boys have been playing sensational football, we've been missing a player like Tom. So for him to come in, it's going to be big for the club, and he'll make these boys stand out even more than they have been.
Are you excited?
I'm pumped. I'm excited.
Pumped.
I'm very excited.
I can see it. I can feel it.
Could run through a brick wall.
Look at it.
Did you ever give a run in the midfield?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get you in there.
Look at it at Langdon. All right. I just wanted to ask you, while we're just on that subject, how excited are you when I read out those names and knowing that that's your midfield group, that's what you're going to be playing with as well?
Yeah, it's a pretty special group. Like every player there's got a pretty special story, some of the greats of the game and some up-and-comers who are going to be superstars of the future. So, as Bruzzy said, I just want to come in and not do anything special, but just do my bit and hopefully complement these guys. And I guess my strengths as a player is on the inside and skills by hand, and just get the ball in their hands and let them do their thing. So that'll hopefully be how it all works.
Oh, yeah. Wow, all right. Nick Dacos, he won the 2K time trials the other day. That's great. He's come back. He's got full of vigour. Got the number 35. It's been handed to him. It's not going anywhere else. It's staying with him, which is fantastic for the Collingwood Football Club. Also, just wanted to allude to the fact, Tom, you met with Shaquille O'Neal recently. So you did a podcast, I think it was. What was it like? The man's a leviathan. I mean, he's just huge. What was that like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm a massive basketball fan. I'm not sure if there's any NBA fans in the room, but a huge basketball fan. There's one up there. And was very lucky for Ball Magnets. Was able to do a podcast with him. So we spent about 20 to 30 minutes with him. And
wow.
He just had his lunch break, and we were watching him eat. He had 4 steaks and two chicken burritos.
Yeah.
So that's what he had for lunch. And he said, "Boys, it won't be long." And he's just got this plates of food around him. And then we sat down with him, and he just was telling us stories about his career, and he's got a lot of respect for AFL as well. Like, he's like, "You guys are tough. They can't get their head around how we don't wear pads. Because they wear pads in NFL." So he was great to chat to, and just a real good guy as well.
That's brilliant, mate. You bring up that point, and I just wanted to touch on it. You and another Brownlow medalist, and Paddy Cripps, you've now joined forces, and you talk about the NBA because you've got Josh Giddey on for Ball Magnets. Plenty happening both on and off the field. How exciting is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, we started Ball Magnets through COVID for kids who didn't have a footy team to train with and needed, drills and training techniques and things like that to train by themselves or with a parent or brother and sister. And that was the concept originally. And now it's expanded into an app, and we've added basketball. So Josh Giddey's bought into the company, and he's going to run the basketball component. And we're about to announce that we'll be going into tennis and cricket. So I got some big Aussie names in there too. So it's really growing, and appreciate any support from you guys. It's a free app, so you just download it on the App Store, and we're just trying to grow it at the moment.
That's brilliant. No, I'm very happy for you. It's wonderful. Listen, boys, new recruits, Daniel McStay, Billy Frampton and Bobby Hill. The boys have come back into the club. I appreciate that you're not back until Monday, but what's the vibe been like around the club, knowing that these boys are coming on board as well, including yourself?
Yeah, Decca's been pretty busy the last couple of months recruiting some of these boys. I will be completely honest, I do not know too much about Billy Frampton, so I'm looking forward to meeting him and getting to know him and seeing how he goes about it. Obviously, Bobby Hill, elite small forward, pressure player, and I can see why Fly went and recruited him. He loves little small forwards that apply a lot of pressure. For example, what's his name? Bloody hell, I'm having a bit of a blank here. Far out.
He was best on track the other day.
Sorry, Bo.
Yeah.
Bobby was best
Bloody
on
hell.
track on Monday.
Bo,
like
yeah.
we
Was
did,
he?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You were sipping pina coladas in Thailand, but we were training.
That's it, mate.
But,
Dancing with the lady boys.
yeah, correct.
That's another story for another show.
sorry, kids.
PG.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's brought in Bobby Hill, Billy Frampton, Dan McStay's obviously going to be big, and he'll no doubt he'll get some time through the ruck. So Decker's I think done a really, really good job, and obviously getting Tom in. I think we're going to be a dominant force next year and the years to come.
Bloody exciting when you think about that forward line structure. You know, with Myercheck and Elliott, and obviously Giddy's just been elevated with the team as well. I wanted to also speak, who was the first person you told, Tom, and I know you said you were with some mates and so forth, who was the first person you told back here that you're now going to be playing with the Pies, and what was their reaction when they found out?
I'm trying to remember. My phone was going crazy, so I think I was just responding to messages, so it would have been immediately it was family and friends, and then started getting messages from the boys at the club and things like that. So it was just an influx of messages, and it kind of reminded me of when you get drafted, like the same sort of elation, that feeling.
Good.
So
Great.
it was probably a mix of everyone.
Tell me, what's the feeling been like for you when you actually pull on the Collingwood black and white? You know the tradition, you know the history. What was it like for you slipping that jumper on for the first time? Catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
Black and white feels good. It's it's unreal. So haven't actually been able to wear the jersey on game day yet, so I think that'll be a pretty special moment once the games come around. But even just at training, to walk through the club, and like you said, there's certain things about the history, but certain things that the boys and the coaches have in place, which I'm sure have got them to the level of performance they have about values and standards around the club. Like I've been obviously just taking it all in and trying to learn as much as I can, and I'll continue to do that over the next few months before we start playing, but it's a pretty awesome feeling.
How wonderful, mate. I love it. He speaks so well. He's a beautiful man. Great to have him on the show, and I really appreciate your candour, mate. Who's been the biggest influence in your football journey so far? Who would you attribute that to?
Probably Braden Maynard's been right up there.
Oh, that's gold. Yeah, all right, let's stop right there. No.
Probably my dad, who had 1 year at Collingwood. He played a season at Collingwood in 1993. Obviously played most of his footy at Carlton and Sydney, but he's probably taught me everything I know about the game, and been a great support off the field as well.
Okay, two quick questions here, and you can both chime in on this. There are confidence players, natural ability players, and those who thrive on the big stage and soak in the atmosphere. Which of those describes you guys?
You read that very quickly. Can you read that again? Sorry.
My apology, I'll go through it. There are confidence players, natural ability players, and those that thrive on the big stage, and those that soak in the atmosphere. Which one do you think describes you best?
Ooh. Personally, I like to play on instinct. I like to be decisive. Sometimes if I go out there and I'm thinking too much and I'm overdoing it, and I'm trying to do too much, and I'm thinking about the outside noise, which is the crowd, then you can get distracted, and then you're not actually concentrating on the game. So, but I tell you what, if someone kicks a goal and we're on top of the other team and the crowd gets going, then you get going, and then bloody hell, your confidence rises. Yeah. So it's kind of all in with it, mixed in with each other. So, I don't know in particular, but it all kind of wraps around with each other.
I heard something from a player recently. He said the best kind of football over the journey to where he is now is actually forgetting. Like, don't worry about what you've done. He gets the best out of himself because if he forgets whatever it is that went wrong and only tries to make it right. And I thought that was pretty cool. Any of those stand out for you, or you reckon you're probably a mixture of all of those as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think everyone's a combination of everything.
I
don't know if there's one single answer, but watching Collingwood, you can definitely see when the crowd does get behind the group, like being on the opposition side of that, it's hard to explain. It's like, when the Collingwood crowd gets going, it's like it's like a nervous feeling. Like it does help. I really do believe that.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay. I'll read this a little bit slower because there's a couple in here. Being completely honest, what one thing do you attribute as your best skill or asset? Is it your strength? Is it your determination? Is it your kicking style? Is it your marking ability, your tackling pressure, your never say die attitude, or your ability to connect with others, or just your general ability to read the play? It could be a number of those things, or it could be
Far
one.
out. There's a bit there,
There's
isn't
a few of them, yeah. Because it takes on each individual, so I like
exactly
to
right.
cover all bases.
I guess some players throughout like different stages of this game go through different parts of these games. So sometimes, for example, probably my tackling pressure stands out.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, every now and then I might do a really good kick. For example, when we played Carlton, that one down the middle to Scott Pendlebury, then he reeled and went around. So, I don't know, sometimes maybe a kick, you might stuff a kick up. So it just depends how you're feeling and how you're going and how you're going out there. So, but if I was to pick something out of that, it would probably have to be my tackling pressure and my kicking.
Good, I would too. Nice, very nice. And without me going through all of them, is there one particular skill that you're proud of the most in your armoury? So one thing.
Yeah, I think there's probably a few ways of looking at it. Like there's the way in which you're wired and the nature and the way you perform, and like Brazzy's the ultimate competitor. I think I fall into that real competitive, hard-working, determined sort of nature, whereas other players can be more relaxed. I'm sort of more that fiery type on the field, I would say. But in terms of like a skill, I'd say I put a lot of work into my ball handling and things like that. So I guess being able to read the game, probably not the fastest player, but read the game and then distribute by hand to get it to the guys we mentioned before. So that's probably what I'm good at.
I asked all those questions because I wanted you to meet Tom. This is a great opportunity to do so before he starts playing in 2023. Could you please put your hands together for the boys? Thank you. We've got a series of questions to answer here, boys. It is about the Collingwood Football Club. Who is simply the best is determined by how many questions you get right. Let's start with your first one. Here we go now. How many premierships has the Collingwood Football Club won?
Peter.
Logan?
15.
15 it is, correct. Well done. I did actually hear him, Pete, just in case. Can you keep testing his mic, Robert? Because I just need you to get a little bit louder for him. Let's go with our second question. How many times has your team played in the losing grand final?
Peter.
Peter.
27.
27 is correct. Well done. All right. Who is your team's captain?
Peter.
Peter.
Scott Pendlebury.
Correct. Who wears the number 7 at your club?
Logan.
Logan.
Josh Dacos.
Correct. Perfect. Are you guys keeping score here? Just thought I'd check. Peter, you're on 2, and Logan, you're on 2. Thailand time, you know. He's back into it, like an old man into a warm bath. That was gold. All right. We're all caught up. We're at question number 5. We've got 2 each. All right. Have you got his microphone up yet, Robert? How's that going? No? Don't know. All right. Here's your next question. How many members did your club...
Peter.
Ooh, I haven't finished it, but Peter, yes.
100,350.
I've got 100,615, but it was closest to within 1,000, so you get the points. Well done. All right, you're on... he's on 3 now. Yeah. Just checking. All right. Where did your team finish on the ladder? Logan. 4th is correct. Well done. How many games did your team win this year? Peter.
16.
16 is correct. What year did your team last win a grand... Was that Peter? I think it was Peter. Peter.
2010.
Yes. And who did you play?
St Kilda.
Well done. Yes, you get the points. Well done. How many points did you win that grand...
Peter.
Oh, I think it was Logan on that one.
58.
That was... How many, mate?
58.
No. Peter, do you want to come in and steal the points?
56.
56 is correct. There it is. All right. He's happy now. He's scoring and he's worked it all out. How fun's this? Who was the Collingwood player that won the Norm Smith medal? Peter.
Scott Pendlebury.
Scott Pendlebury is correct. This is for 2 points. All right. For 2 points. Who was your club's leading goal kicker? Peter.
Myercheck 41.
Correct. 2 points. Well done. All right. This is for 3 points. Okay, boys? For 3 points. Player, year, and votes.
Peter.
Okay, Peter.
Dane Swan 2011 32.
Did you say 30?
2.
Wow. You got 2 points. It was Dane Swan. It was 2011. Logan, would you like to steal the points? How many votes did he get?
Not a clue.
Did you say 34? Yeah. You'd be correct. You get 1 point. 1 point for that, Tom. Tom, you got 1 point. 2 points down here. I'm working harder to keep these two concentrating. All right, you've got last 2 questions, boys, and the score is 4 versus 10. All right, okay. Well, it's going to go close. We'll go down to the wire. I'm going to give you 3 player names. Give me the combined total of all 3 jumpers. Wait until I finish, obviously, because you need to know all 3. Here are the players. You've got to give me, obviously, what the jumper numbers add up to. Josh Dacos, Nick Dacos, still side bottom.
Peter. 66.
No. Logan.
Damn.
64.
64 is correct. Well done. Good man. And here's your last question, boys. Same thing. I'll give you the 3 players. You've got to give me their combined jumper number total. Jack Crisp, Jeremy Howe, Darcy Moore.
Peter. 86.
No. Logan. Still the points.
88.
No, you shouldn't have listened to her. It's 93. Bad luck. We do have a winner, though. We do have a winner, and the winner is Peter. Congratulations, mate. You're simply the best. Wow. All right. That was good. His microphone worked. Hey, Peter, congratulations, mate. That was a seriously good win. Logan, you don't go home empty-handed, mate. Congratulations. There's a footy for you. Pete, you've won a set of noise-cancelling headphones, courtesy of Yamaha, $198, mate. They're yours. Thank you. Well done. Good stuff. Brilliant, mate. Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture people. They're the experts in home theatre technology. The Big Picture people are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde North, South Morang, Cheltenham, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Thanks, guys. That was great. All right. We're going to introduce this last segment that I want to do with you boys. This is where you needed to be paying attention in the first one, which was about who are you and all that sort of stuff, because I'm going to go through that now. I'm going to introduce it. It's called Knowing Me, Knowing You. Cool as. What I needed... Cody and Emily, welcome along to the show. You two are just going to be keeping score in this. I'll just tell you how it goes as we go along, and I'll mention it. Who would like to go first out of you two? Who would like to... Braden said.
We'll play rock, paper, scissors for it, I reckon.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Yep.
Bang!
Right.
There it is.
So, Tom, you're going first.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you the 10 questions that I asked Tom, and you have to give me the answers to the questions that he gave. So, the question that I gave him, you have to give me the answer that he gave. And for each one that you get right, you'll get a point. So you're going to be getting a point for each one of these that he gets right. Emily, how did Tom choose the team he barracked for when he was growing up?
His dad.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Yeah, you'll pay it. By the way, I'll just add this in. If you don't like the answer, right, you don't have to award the points because you're actually awarding the points. So you're awarding them right here. That's fine, okay? Question number 2. What age was he when he first thought to himself he was going to be playing AFL?
Well, he was 16.
There you go.
Yeah, he was quite lucky because he was quite good at footy. 16.
And you're happy with that answer because that's correct.
That's fair.
Yep,
Yep.
all right. So he's got 2 now, Emily. What was he like the night before a game? What were his sleep patterns and nerves?
He used to get a little bit anxious, but as he got older, well, first of all, we couldn't really remember because he's a bit old now, so that's what he
That's a bonus point.
He used to get a little bit anxious, but now he's fine because he's grown up and big boy.
Okay, I like that answer.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. Well played, he said. Question number 4. Where does he draw inspiration or motivation from?
He draws motivation and inspiration from probably people that don't benefit as good as we do.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Happy with that? There you go. All right. So far, you've actually got 4 out of 4. That's brilliant. What did Tom, in this instance, what was the profile that he gave for you? What did he say your profile was?
He was saying that out in the field I'm an ultimate competitor, but then off the field I'm a caring and very welcoming person, and I'm a really good-looking rooster.
All of the above?
He's on fire.
Yeah, he's on fire. Absolutely. 5 out of 5, Em. Woo! What was his favourite football memory?
Yeah, well, he lost the grand final in 2016 when he played for Sydney, but he said it was still probably one of the biggest memories that he's had.
He's a good listener, isn't he?
He is. He's a very good listener. I like it.
Should have listened this well at school. Bloody hell.
Yeah. 6 out of 6. When footy season is over, does it take him long to adjust to life outside of football, and what has been his favourite way to spend his days?
Well, in particular this off-season, he's actually travelled quite a bit. He's gone to Europe, he's gone to Greece, he's gone to the States, so yeah, he travels quite a bit. I am on. I can't get these wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's very good. 7 out of 7. Where has his favourite spot or holiday destination been to go now or ever?
It's Greece.
Where specifically in Greece? I've got to fight back a bit.
Mykonos, it was quite expensive.
That's good.
Gold.
Very good.
That's brilliant. Oh, wow. All right. That's 8 out of 8. How did Tom describe you? As in your characteristics, your personality. What did he say?
Wasn't that what he asked?
No, that was about talking about you as a player. What was it with you, just your personality?
Bloody hell. Caring. I said that before.
There was something that he alluded to when he first came to the club.
Oh, yeah, very welcoming. Someone that you could talk to. Someone that could bring someone into the club quite easily, which I did.
Perfect. Yeah, no, you get a point for that because you're on a roll. Here's your last one. What was his advice to young boys or girls?
Just to keep trying your hardest and keep getting after it. If something doesn't go your way, if you don't make a team, then don't worry about it. Just keep trying. And it's a pretty simple cliche, but it's it's the best way to go about it. Oh,
He's actually getting it word for word as well.
Yeah, verbatim. 10 out of 10, Em. It's going to be hard to beat. No, it's not. Come on. Let's see if you can do it, Tom. How did he choose the team? How did Braden choose the team that he barracked for when he was growing up?
Yeah, he used to. He didn't have a team. He used to follow his dad as well. His dad was different sort of coach at certain clubs, running coach. 2 of the clubs he was involved with were the 2 teams in Adelaide and Port. So I think the other 2 might have been Carlton and Melbourne. So.
Wow, perfect. I love it. What age was he when he first thought to himself he was going to be playing AFL football?
Yeah, well, he was, as he was saying, he was a gun basketballer. Could have gone to the NBA, but decided, probably around 18 that, footy's not a bad path as well. So he thought he wanted to stay home in Australia rather than go to the States and dominate.
Brilliant, 2 out of 2. All right. What was he like the night before game day with his sleep patterns and nerves?
Quite anxious, doesn't sleep that well before a game.
Yeah, good. All right. Question number 3. We've done that. It was 3 out of 3. Where does he draw inspiration or motivation from?
He agreed with me.
Yeah, he did. He did. Absolutely brilliant. He said, next question. What did, obviously, Braden's profile say about him? What did he say about your profile? What would it say about you on a dating site? Your profile.
Shit. Receding hairline, yeah. Shit, he might get me. That was about it.
Yeah, that was about it.
It's probably half a point. That was probably something else.
Yeah, all right, okay. Well, we're going to give you a point anyway because we're going to go move it along. What was his favourite football memory?
He spoke about how grand final week is always special to be a part of, but also beating Richmond in the prelim in 2018.
And with that, yeah. So they're very attentive indeed. When the footy season is over, does it take him long to adjust to life outside of football? And what has been his best favourite way to spend his days?
Bruzzy loves a bit of structure and routine, so he does enjoy travelling. His favourite place to travel was the States. I know that wasn't the question, but I'm trying to cover my tracks here. But yeah, he likes routine and structure. That sort of helps him, but he obviously doesn't get that in the off-season.
I've done it. You've done bloody well. Where has been his favourite spot or holiday destination to go now or ever?
He loves the States, but he also said Phuket, where he's just been, was pretty good
How good. That's excellent. Last two questions. What did he say to describe you?
Shit bloke. No. He said that, the way I've been able to come in and build relationships and, get to know guys on a personal level and make that effort has been something he's noticed.
Bloody awesome. You guys are so good. What was his advice to young boys and girls?
I think he agreed with me again.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, hard work.
He did
no
say one thing. That's fantastic.
20
You
out
know,
of 20.
that's how attentive they are. I love it. Thank you both. Jesus, that was good. You're both winners. It's just that simple. You both get to take a football each because you just kept score. And it doesn't matter because it was 10 each. So you guys were fantastic. Thank you very much. Thanks, Cody. Thanks, Emily. Well done. So, all right. Here's our last little segment before we're going to do the photos and we'll do the autographs and we'll do all that sort of stuff. I'll get stuck into it with you two boys. I'm just going to ask a series of questions so you have a little bit of fun with it, all right? Here we go. Have you ever Googled yourself?
I actually have. I'll be completely honest, I have. But it's to only find photos from the game that I could then put on social media. But not to, find out a bit about myself because I should probably know all about myself. But just to actually find photos to be able to put on social media.
Well explained.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah?
I reckon every player says they haven't, but I reckon they have at some point, yeah.
That's why I asked
Who
it.
cares if you have? Anyway,
Nah. Do you watch replays of games that you feature in?
Yeah, I can be a bit of a nuffy when it comes to that. After the game, our psychologist says it's actually not too good for you to watch the game straight after.
Okay.
But I go home and I sit on the couch with some chocolate, chippies, and just chill out and rewatch the game. Not if we lose, which last year very rarely happened, or this year.
Yeah.
But so I'd go home and sit on the couch and eat yummy food and watch the game.
Okay, cool. Well said.
I reckon I used to watch it a lot more, but probably not as much now. But as normally, as soon as you get into the club on a Monday, I love going and watching how your line went. So, for example, the midfield, and looking specifically through stoppages, then also your individual edits of how you played as well. So, I'm actually a big fan of footy from the era of when I grew up. So early 2000s. I love when an old game comes on and watching that.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Would you? It was a difficult question. All right. Would you get a hair transplant if you were starting to go bald?
Are you trying to make a point or something?
No. It's just reading what's written down here. Would you get a hair transplant if you were starting to go bald?
Nah.
I actually got. This is funny. I got offered a deal through Ashley and Martin.
Really?
Yeah, and it was a good paycheck as well. But I said no.
Nah, good. All right. Have you ever said, "Do you know who I am?" when lining up to get into a nightclub?
Oh, no way.
No
way.
Okay. Good.
Never heard anyone do that.
Who would be the most likely? That's probably a better question.
I reckon Guinea or... I don't know, probably Guinea.
Yeah.
I'm hoping none of the boys would ever do such a thing.
Yeah,
so, next question.
Good. Have you ever fudged a footy story to make it sound better?
Fudged?
Have you ever fudged a footy story to make it sound better?
Put mayo on it?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make a story sound good. So
There you go. All right. Have you ever bought a present for your partner, but it was really for you?
No, I don't think I ever have.
No? Never done it?
But vice versa, she's done that quite a lot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nice way to get out of it. I like that.
Yeah, well, I bought 2 dogs and if it came down to it, I'd still say they're mine, so probably
All right.
the dogs.
Yeah, good. Have you ever re-gifted a gift that was given to you? Have you ever re-gifted a gift that was given to you?
I have, yeah.
Yep.
I'm with ASICS, so get quite a bit of apparel and normally like to dish that out around Christmas time as presents. And they normally think you're pretty generous, but you get it for free, so...
Nice. Nice. I love your honesty. Beautiful.
No. I mean, old clothes I give to my cousins and that, but not a
Okay.
gift. No.
Have you ever pretended to be on the phone to avoid a conversation?
To avoid the media, yes. Multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like, you know when you get stuck in an elevator and it's like always that awkward silence?
Yep.
Like maybe pretend the old fake text, but you're literally just scrolling around doing nothing.
Not
I
bad.
think everyone's done that, haven't they?
Good. All right. Are you on social media more than 4 hours a day?
I don't know. I'd have to check. I reckon.
You go
I'm
close.
trying to read. I've tried to read over in Phuket, but I just can't read. So yes, I do see it on social media.
Yeah, I don't know about social media, but I hate that notification you get when it tells you your screen time for the week.
Yeah, right.
I don't really need to know that when it gets up towards 7.
I hear you. All right, 2 last questions for you boys. Someone annoying is talking to you and they've got parsley stuck in between their teeth. Do you tell them?
I reckon it depends the relationship you have with them. Like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It depends how you're feeling, how many drinks you've had, etc. But I would, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Possibly.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
What happens if they had smelly breath? Would you tell them?
That's too
I
touchy.
don't know.
So touch? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It can be offensive,
Can
but
be,
at the same time you're doing them good deeds. So anyway, next question.
I hear you. Last question. You get upgraded at an event, a restaurant, a hotel, to VIP because someone thinks you're someone that you're not. Do you say anything or just go with it?
Where was it? You say it again,
You
Damon.
get upgraded
Yeah.
at an event or a hotel or a restaurant
Yeah.
to VIP. Do you say something or do you just let it go?
I think if you know the person who it actually is coming, then no. But like if you can get away with one, why not?
Yeah, great.
There you go. All right, there you go. Put your hands together for a medal, dude. Well done. Thanks, boys. Thank you for supporting the show. Thanks for coming along and being part of these two being here this evening. It's been fantastic. They've been wonderful. I've enjoyed their company. Tom's been a delight. Obviously, Braden's been fantastic, his effervescent self. I just wanted to let you know we're only doing one more show this year, and then we'll be back in 2023. And as I said, we'll probably be leading in with our first show next year, which will be a Collingwood one. So go on board, register on the Facebook page. We'll get all your details. We'll send you a text of when it's going to be, and then you can come along and be part of it. Our next show, though, the next That's Good for Footy panel show will be held on December the 7th at the Italian Sports Club, which is located 601 Heath Road in Werribee, and it will feature Essendon players Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody, and Sam Draper. So if you've got any Essendon fans, some Collingwood fans do, let them know and they can come along. Tickets are available now. Remember, when you're purchasing your tickets, you can only purchase them through the That's Good for Footy website, www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events. Click on the link in the post on the That's Good for Footy page. This will take you through to the ticketing platform. You cannot purchase your tickets anywhere else. I just want to say, as these guys are arguing up here, it's bloody, my head's going crazy. What I wanted to say is, I just want to thank Robert, filled in tonight for Sam. He did a wonderful job, mate. Well done. Good on you, champion. Great to have you along. And while you're thanking and putting your hands together, could you please thank the lovely Sandy? She does the door and the floor. Say hi to her on your next Virgin flight. She'll wave to you as well. She doesn't mind doing that. She always goes off at me whenever I bring it up, but that's what life gives you, doesn't it? What I wanted to say is we appreciate you all coming along tonight. We hope to see you at the next Collingwood show. While you're feeling in the jovial mood that you are, could you please thank Tom Mitchell and Braden Maynard? As you saw tonight, two wonderful ambassadors for the Collingwood Football Club. It was a real thrill chatting with Tom. I've met him on countless occasions before. He's always been just a professional individual, both on and off the field. It's great to have him along tonight. I hope you've got some insight into him. You're bloody lucky that you're going to have him playing for the Collingwood Football Club in 2023. I'll tell you that. Well done, mate. Really appreciate it. Just as I sign off, would you boys like to say anything before we go?
Flag Pies 23, baby.
How good's that? No more to say than that. Anyway, you've been watching the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you soon. Merry Christmas to you. Bye.